Now, let's discuss the arrays. Arrays is a kind of data structure that can store a fixed size sequential collection of elements of the same type. An array is used to store a collectible data, but it is often more useful to think of an array as a collection of variables of the same type. A specific element in an array is accessed by an index. All arrays consist of contiguous memory locations. The lowest address corresponds to the first element and the highest address to the last element, like in the figure. Declaring arrays. To declare an array in C, a programmer specifies the type of elements and the number of elements required by an array as follows. Type array name, bracket, open bracket, array size, and close bracket, as you can see in our presentation. This is called single dimensional array. The array size must be an integer constant greater than 0 and type can be any valid C data type. For example, to declare a 10-element array called balance of the type double, use this statement. Double balance, open and close bracket, inside it, 10. Here is balance is a variable array which is sufficient to hold up to 10 double numbers. Initializing arrays. You can initialize an array and see either one by one or using a single statement as follows. The number of values between braces cannot be larger than the number of elements that we declare for the array between square brackets. If you omit the size of the array, an array just big enough to hold the initialization is created. Therefore, if you write this code, you will create exactly the same array as you did in the previous example. Following this example is to assign a single element of the array. The above statement assigns the fifth element in the array with a value of 50.0. All arrays have 0 as the index of the first element, which is also called the base index, and the last index of an array will be total size of the array minus 1. Shown below is the pictorial representation of the array we discussed above. Accessing array elements. An element is accessed by indexing the array type, array name. This is done by placing the index of the element within square brackets after the name of the array. For example, we have a variable here. Double salary is equal to balance, open and close brackets, inside it 9. Arrays in detail. Arrays are important to see and should need a lot more attention. The following important concepts related to arrays should be clear to the C programmer. We have 4 concepts here. First is multi-dimensional array. C support multi-dimensional arrays. The simplest form for the multi-dimensional array is the 2-dimensional array. Passing arrays to function. You can pass the function a pointer to an array by specifying the array's name without an index. Third is return array from function. C allows a function to return an array. And lastly, pointer to an array. You can generate a pointer to the first element of an array by simply specifying the array name without any index. Let's discuss first the multidimensional array. C programming language allows multidimensional arrays. Here is the general form of multidimensional array declaration. For example, the following declaration creates a three-dimensional integer array. As you can see in our presentation, we have int 3dim 5, 10, 4. Two-dimensional arrays, the simplest form of multidimensional array is a two-dimensional array. Two-dimensional array is in essence a list of one-dimensional arrays. To declare a two-dimensional integer array of size x and y, you would write something as follows. Type array name, and x and y is the variable of our code, where type can be any valid C data type, and array name will be the valid C identifier. A two-dimensional array can be considered as a table which will have x number of rows and y numbers of columns. A two-dimensional array which contains 3 rows, 4 columns can be shown as follows. Thus, every element in the array A is identified by an element name of the form A, I, and J, where A is the name of the array and I and J are the subscripts that unique identify each element and A. Initializing two-dimensional arrays. Multidimensional arrays may be initialized by specifying bracketed values for each row. Following is an array with 3 rows and each row has 4 columns. The nested braces, which indicate the intended row, are optionals, and the following initialization is equivalent to previous example. Next is accessing two-dimensional array. An element in the two-dimensional array is accessed by using the subscript, row index, and column index of the array. For example, int val is equal to a, open and close brackets, 2 and 3. This statement will take the 4th element from the 3rd row of the array. We can verify it in the above figure, and let us try how accessing two-dimensional array elements works. So we're here in our compiler, an online compiler, and I have here pasted a code that show how accessing two-dimensional array elements works. Let's try this. Let's run this code. The following output is this. As explain this code, you can have arrays with any number of dimensions, although it is likely that most of the arrays you create will be of 1 or 2 dimension. Let's go back to our discussion. Let's discuss the passing array to a function. If you want to pass a single dimension array as an argument in a function, you would have to declare a formal parameter in one of following three ways, and all three declaration methods produce similar results. Because each tells the compiler that an integer pointer is going to be received. Similarly, you can pass multidimensional arrays as formal parameters. So you can see we have a way 1 here, formal parameters as pointer. Way 2, formal parameters as a size array. And way 3, formal parameters as a unsize array. Example, now we're going to consider the following function, which takes an array as a argument along with another argument, and based on the past arguments, it returns the average of the numbers passed through the array as follows. So we are going to our online compiler to show how passing array to a function works. So we're here again in our C compiler. Let's try this code that will show how passing arrays to a function works. Let's run this. So the output is average value is 214.4000. As you can see, the code is compiled together and executed. It produces the following result. Average value is 214.4000. As you can see, the length of the array doesn't matter as far as the function is concerned, because C performs no bounds checking for formal parameters. So now, let's discuss the return array from a function. C programming does not allow to return an entire array as an argument to a function. However, you can return a pointer to an array by specifying the array's name without an index. If you want to return a single dimension array from a function, you would have to declare the function returning a pointer as in the following example. Second point to remember is that C does not advocate to return the address of a local variable to outside of the function. So, you would have to define the local variable as a static variable. And now, we are going to show how return array from a function works. Let's go to our online compiler. So we're here ulit in our C compiler. So I have code here that will show how return array from a function works. Let's try to run this code. This is the following output. So in this output is in this code, we will identify how return array from a function works. And lastly, the pointer to an array. It most likely that you would not understand this section until we are through with the chapter pointers. So assuming we have understanding pointers in C, and let us start. An array name is a constant pointer to the first element of the array. Therefore, in the declaration, double balance, open and close brackets, balance is a pointer to, and balance 0, which is address of the first element of the array balance. Thus, um, are the following fragment assigns P as the address of the first element of balance, as you can see in our presentation. So, it's illegal to use array names, constant pointers, and vice versa. Therefore, balance plus 4 is a legitimate way of accessing the data balance. Once we store the address of the first element in P, you can you can access the array element using P plus P1 plus 2 and P plus 2 and so on. Given below, um, and now we're going to show how pointer to an array works. Let's go to our C compiler. So we're here again in our C compiler, and let's try this code that I pasted here. This code is show how pointer to an array works. So this code is P is a pointer to double, which means it can store the address of a variable of double type. Once we have the address in P, asterisk P will give us the value available at the address stored in P, as we have shown in this code.